We're coming to you from SAB's World of Beer out in Newtown, Johannesburg. Welcome to the Art Bulletin and thank you very much for staying with us. The moment of truth is nearing for 12 rising piano stars. They're gearing up to play their hearts out and contest the 2013 Summer Overseas Scholarship Competition at the end of this month.
In total, 12 of the country's best pianists will compete for a final 2 places, and they will then fight for the very prestigious scholarships, one in Western art music and one in jazz popular music. There are also other subsidiary awards, so even if the semi-finalists do not go through the final round, they will still stand a chance to win a merit prize or another award.
On Wednesday evening, an exhibition which is dedicated to some of our most renowned female visual artists opened at Museum Africa. The exhibition, which features Bongi Dlomo and Helen Sibidi among others, is hosted by P&G.
To actually bring in visual artists, which is a very quiet medium in terms of the arts. It's a very quiet medium, but it says so much because it's in your face all the time. So it was amazing for us to be recognized and to be brought in to deal with something as special as women's empowerment. I just wish that the arts should not be seen as a fallback on in education. Young people wanting to go into a career in the arts should see it as their profession of choice.
The Homo Sapien exhibition is bound by a group of artists at the KZNSA Gallery until the 1st of September. As much as this exhibition is about the portrayal of humanity, it's also about the artist's journey within the self.
The main theme being humanity, it drew the group together in a common interest, but everyone interpreted the Homo sapien species in their own visual words. I wanted to bring them together as a group. Interesting dialogues happen between the work, so I felt it would be an interesting thing to have everyone's different visual opinions seen as a collective.
African Tales is inviting all art groups, individual artists and the business sector to register for the 3rd annual Khayelitsha Cocktail Arts Festival. This year's event will honor and celebrate Khayelitsha's 30th anniversary.
The 3rd edition of the Khayelitsha Cocktail Arts Festival, which kicks off on the 11th to the 13th of October, will for 3 days feature more than 100 artists from all over Cape Town. The theme for this event is Celebrate Host Community. Performances will take place in unconventional locations throughout the festival in the streets, churches, homes and historical sites. The Khayelitsha Cocktail Arts Festival seeks to educate and expose the artistic experience for the participants on and behind the stage and uplift arts to diverse audiences through entertainment.
Harare's retail hub, Sam Levis Village, will host this year's Zimbabwe Fashion Week from Thursday. The theme for this year's gathering is Fashion Through the Ages, and our very own Gavin Raja will headline the international designer leg of the program. We caught up with him during his preparations for Zimbabwe.
If you look at new emerging markets, Africa is a huge one. And for me, it's very important that we grow our brand on the continent. And Harare seems to be one of those places where we've had a huge amount of interest. We have a huge amount of clients who are based there. It makes perfect sense for us to be showing them. Our clients are also clients who have an emerging market who's appreciative of luxury goods, and that's where our kind of clothing and our product fits into it. So the collection that we're showing is kind of very detailed, very beautiful. All the pieces have amazing amount of detail, have been beautifully made, custom-made fabrics and finishes.
The 4th Mail and Guardian Literary Festival will boast the likes of Nadine Godima, Novalet Bulawayo, Ronnie Castros and Adam Habib. The festival, which takes place between the 30th of August and the 1st of September, will pay tribute to the late great Chinua Achebe, who was a renowned Nigerian novelist and critic.
This year we're paying tribute to Chinua Achebe by calling the festival Achebe's Children, Africa's Suspended Revolutions. Because, there are a lot of many revolutions and changes in Africa which haven't really been of benefit to the people as a whole, so we want to try and explore that. Right, well, Nadine Godima, who knew Achebe very well, will be doing a sort of talk in which she'll read from Achebe's works and talk about the man and his writing. Adam Habib, who's about to be installed as the Vice-Chancellor of the University of the Witwatersrand. He's going to give the keynote address, and his new book is actually called South Africa's Suspended Revolution. So again, that ties in with the overall theme. Then we've got other academics and novelists, people like Imran Kavadia, and we've got George Bezos in a very interesting session on famous Greek poets who have connections with South Africa.
It's an innovative, informative and entertaining magazine for jazz enthusiasts which provides a platform for budding jazz musicians in South Africa. That's New Kid on the Block, known as B-Jazz Magazine.
B-Jazz, as I see it, is a jazz venue in printed form. It's actually the brainchild and love child that's been long in the coming. The dream that has been birthed by Elna Lachman, the MD of the magazine, and took almost 10 years to give birth. But that she saw this, she had this vision to have this magazine that will be a catalyst and facilitate interaction amongst enthusiasts, amongst venues, amongst writers, artists, and also just to provide a platform for the voice of South Africa.
The National School of the Arts is calling for proposals from actors, dancers, musicians, singers and other performance artists who want to be part of next year's Festival of Fame. The theme for next year's festival is Generation Imagination.
The Festival of Fame is the National School of the Arts' flagship annual event. It's a public festival, but it's also a schools festival. So it's a bit of a festival with a difference in Joburg in that it caters for young audiences, but also the public. And it happens in the first half of every year at the National School of the Arts and in the Braamfontein surrounds. We're appealing to professional work that really looks to involve particularly the students of the school, but also young people from other schools. And that goes from senior primary all the way up to matric. So we're calling for proposals from both within the school, but the learners know about that, and then obviously professional companies outside of the school as well who want to be involved next year.
From SAB's World of Beer out in Newtown, Johannesburg, that's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin. Do check them out for a tour or more at www.worldofbeer.co.za. You can keep in touch with us by emailing us, following us on Twitter or liking us on Facebook. Until next weekend, it's a goodbye from us.